places give you a feel of like another planet, and that's the way it felt. It didn't feel like we were in the United States anymore. There was nobody back where we were, and it was just kind of empty, and empty in a good way, where you could really just be in the present.
The first place we rolled up was this remote campsite that was on top of a mountain, and it was about a mile above the river that we were gonna fish.
We're at a little river now that has a fish called the Apache Trout. And so in this section that we're about to fish, it's a little hit and miss on the Apache Trout, but it's also got smallmouth and some other species of trout in it. So we're gonna dredge up some of these pools and see what we find.
Gotta get over there. Oh, wow.
My first AZ smallmouth.
Oh.
Hey, back. Hey, back.
Not what I thought you had.
We just dropped all the way down this mountain back here. Just showed up in Arizona, and it was like 2 o'clock. We're like, should we go down? Should we go down the mountain? I was like, let's just do it. Let's send it. Probably have 1 or 2 hours of fishing, and first nice hole. Just first Arizona fish. I had a couple other eats too. One of them was a trout. He followed it all the way to my feet. It was a good sized trout too. But I love smallmouth. I'm glad that we get the chance to catch smallmouth in so many different states. I'm pretty pumped. Smallmouth, let's go! Come on! I love showing up to new states and just sending it down a mountain, coming to this random river, and here they are. God, I love this country. Those are good. How's this for breakfast in bed?
Yeah.
Yeah? You wanna do? Good morning. We slept in this morning. We slept good. Other than a random in the middle of the night nosebleed for me. We slept really good. Game plan for today is we're gonna hike down into the river after we get all of our breakfast stuff cleaned up, and we're gonna try to see if we can't go catch a couple more smallmouth and some of those Apache trout. First day when we dropped down into the river that we were fishing, I knew that there'd probably be Apache trout and smallmouth living hand in hand together in each pool.
When we had the full day to kind of spend on that river, that day was a lot of fun because we truly got to explore that river, truly got to just kind of hop between those two species.
I think one of the things that is unique to chasing small native trout is that it normally takes you to pretty remote places. For whatever reason, that's just where they always seem to exist, or maybe that's just where I like to chase them. Because of that, it takes you to some of the coolest places ever. You start to see these things that you never would have seen until you get off the beaten path. You start running into more elk, you start running into more mule deer, and everything just gets a little bit more wild, and there's no more foot trails, and it's just like you bushwhack through all the willows. Smallie. So healthy. They're so fat. These crawfish are so full of crawfish, it's not even funny.
These crawfish are full of crawfish?
Is that what I said? Yeah. These smallmouth are full of crawfish. That's what we're throwing, just like a little black, lychee looking crawfish. Pretty simple. Another Arizona Smallie. It's pretty cool. What do you think, Nene? Sweet. He is literally stuffed. I love smallmouth. Let's go.
Let's go.
This is kind of an interesting fish. It's an Apache and rainbow cross. So you can tell he's definitely got some rainbow in him, but the tan in him and the gray is the Apache. So I was like a 50-50 cross probably of an Apache trout. So kind of got our Arizona native trout. If we don't end up finding like a real population of them up at the headwaters of this river, then we'll count that one. But it's kind of cool to see a cross between a rainbow and Apache trout in the same pool that I caught smallmouth out of. That trout was living in it too, here in the middle of the desert. It's pretty sweet. Oh, see that one? Trout. It's kind of a rejection though. Yeah, he came up right behind it. Oh, there he is. Oh. Saw that one? Yeah. Felt him? Nice shot. What is it? Is it a good fish? Oh! Big smallie. Nice smallie.
Finding these species of fish in the same river that shouldn't be able to live together is very unique. You know, it was exciting to kind of fish expecting one thing and pulling out another, and so we were just catching smallmouth and trout, and that was the whole experience on that river. It's just, oh, smallmouth, trout, smallmouth, trout. It was a really unique experience because of that. You just can't find that in a lot of places where those species can coexist.
That's a good one.
The smallmouth there were very unique. Like, we come from smallmouth waters, but these smallmouth were just different, and that's what's so cool about fishing in different states and different rivers and different places, is that sure, you're catching the same fish and the same species, but they're different. So that's why these ones were so cool, because they were not like smallmouth that we had ever seen. Cole caught one smallmouth that was literally orange or like bronze.
Solid. This is so much fun. Look at that. All right.
It's honestly the prettiest smallmouth that I've ever seen, and maybe ever will see. Maybe Arizona is the place for the prettiest smallmouth. And I feel like it was a pretty iconic, like pretty representative fish of Arizona, because I feel like Arizona's color is orange.
What you got?
I don't know.
Y'all in the comments, let me know what this is, because I really don't know.
It's weird. It's slimy, like really slimy, and then its face, its mouth is almost like a catfish. Like it's. Is it a giant creek chub?
Yeah, I think so. It's some kind of chub. I don't know though. I really don't. Comment below, because that's a new one for me. Interesting.
Creek chub.
Go turn them more. Yeah, let me know what the heck that is. Well, a slow morning turned into a pretty nice afternoon. We caught a couple nice Apache rainbow looking hybrids, something like that. I'm sure somebody knows exactly what they are. In the middle of that, Justice caught a fish that I actually have no idea what it is. It looks like some kind of chub that gets relatively big, but she was great at catching them. I mean, she caught a bunch of them.
I caught more than a giant creek chub.
How do you suppose?
Caught smallmouth.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did catch some smallmouth.
No, just
yeah,
creek chub.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't doing you justice. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Yeah, you did catch some smallies, and a lot of creek chubs. But what we did, the other thing that we found, and this one has got us excited too. It's a little out there, but there are a bunch of crawfish in this river, and there's some big ones too. Miss Louisiana over here. Saw the crawfish and was like, we gotta boil them. We gotta. Problem is,
they're eating size.
oh, they're eating size.
So.
Not all of them, but there are some mondos in there. The problem is all we have is plastic water bottles, and we got to get them basically a mile up, probably 1,000 elevation feet, without them dying. I don't know, but we might just have an Arizona mountain crawfish boil tonight, and the idea's got us pretty excited. Realistically, it's probably only gonna be like a dozen crawfish, but it's gonna
catch them first, though.
That's true. Gotta catch them first. This is like bringing me back to my childhood in Central Texas, just crushing crawfish. But the idea feels right. It feels real good. We'll see where we end up tonight, but hopefully it works out.
Right.
Hopefully we are eating crawfish with a little bit of sausage tonight.
Clearly we're hungry.
Oh, and we have potatoes. We have crawfish, potatoes, and sausage.
We don't have crawfish yet.
Oh, we're gonna have crawfish. Come on now. We got this.
We're having a real crawfish boil here in Arizona. What?
You put them in there.
That's a good idea.
A new crawfish holder. Oh, baby. All right, we're at a crawfish hole now. Right there. That's where we're gonna go get them. We need, I don't know how many we need for a real meal, but it is possible. What you got?
I caught my first crawfish with my hands.
Nice. Let's see him.
He's a little guy.
That's all right.
He's cool though. Look at the spots on him. Look at the spots on him.
Look at
This is
that.
my first catch with my hands. Look, he's got spots like a bass.
Oh, he is cool.
Caught our first big boy. First one, and he's a big boy.
He's a good one. He's an eater in size, that's for sure. Look at that. That's so cool.
That was pretty exciting. Cole caught it with a crawfish fly. He attacked it, and then we netted him while he was attacking it.
Netted it with a hat. You look delicious. All right, let's get him in a bag, get him in the water, keep him alive. Look at that.
He's blue. He's pretty.
We might just have a crawfish bowl tonight.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Oh.
Dude.
Boo.
That's an actual claws.
Dude, look at that. We're eating good tonight. Hey, we got claw meat too. Some power on that guy. That's an old, like a lobster here. Oh, even his little claws. Crap, that almost slipped. Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that mondo. Let's go. Let's go. Well, we got the crawfish up the mountain. We're gonna purge them. I got a bloody nose on the way up, so forgive me. Now we gotta purge them, get them boiling, and they're alive still, so we got them up. We hustled, we booked it up the top. Justice took the package all the way to the top really quickly and got them saved. Now we're gonna boil it up, let's do it. That's a haul. That's a lot of them. Just purging them out now.
These are our big ones.
Oh baby,
I think that one's bigger.
some Arizona lobsters right there. I'm pumped. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, we got a lot.
We did it.
We did it.
Nice. Far from home, but right at home.
That's right.
Oh, land on that one. Crawfish, sausage, potatoes.
It's a true crawfish boil up in here.
No! The reachers. Good work.
Meaning these are the ones that you are gonna reach for in a crawfish boil.
Boom.
Woo!
This is awesome.
Oh yeah. Hold it. Ready? Come on.
Oh snap! Crawfish boil.
That's how you properly peel crawfish. And look at that color.
Wow.
That has more color than crawfish you buy. I'm just saying.
Look at that. Woo.
Wow. Look at that.
Sweet. This is not what I had in mind for 50 State Pursuit, Arizona.
Alright, let's try it. It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Seriously.
Wow.
Don't let those claws go to waste.
Oh snap. Nothing gets by yet.
These are the claws you save.
If I can get it out. Smallmouth. A couple Apache Trout, hybrid looking trout. And then, weirdly enough, the score of the day, crawfish. And a crawfish boil that we had to work for, but it was fun.
Okay, so we packed up and left the spot where we were catching Apache rainbow crosses and smallmouth, and we headed to the headwater where we think the true Apache trout will be. And Cole's currently fishing over there on that log. He just caught one, but it wasn't able to land it. They've been super spooky, so and it's going to be a challenge. So fingers crossed.
I'm ready.
Now,
Break up my outline a little bit more.
now you'll be able to.
Learn to flow with the wind a little bit. Alright. Just rejected the dry fly. Doesn't look like in the middle of the day he wants to come up to the surface. So, I'm gonna drop a little nymph to him.
Really? Jeez.
Spooked again. Okay, I'm like 0 for 6 now. That one was a perfect cast. Hun, that one, I literally bow and arrow casted over the top of him, and only thing that went over the top of him was a little bit of leader. And it was in the shade, and he was just whoop, out, gone.
Did
Like-
you even look at it?
No, hit the water, and he was like gone. Camo's not doing me any good. I need more. I'm about to add more. It just got off.
Literally right before that, I was thinking, man, we don't have the net.
Oh, that was a good one too. Wow. Wow. That's a bummer. When you're hunting down these native trout, the options that you're given can be really, really limited. And I was just thinking about this the other day of like, I wish there was more of these creeks and more of these rivers to choose from, because, you know, one of the sections of this river that we were fishing just didn't have Apache trout in it. It was just all brown trout. And I was like, wish I just had another option to go to. And I just had this thought of like, it's kind of the same thing in life of you can either stand there and look at your options, and they might all be bad options. But the only way to get to the new set of options is to go through one of those set. I was just thinking of how that applies to life. Sometimes you're just given a bad hand and you got to figure out how you're going to get through it and get to the new hand.
And it's okay that we ended up finding brown. Sometimes you put in the work and sometimes it pays off and sometimes it doesn't. That's just a part of the game.
Sometimes you get up into those places and you're so confident that it's going to work, and you get there and it's just your average brown trout, which we're no snobs. We'll take whatever fish we can get.
All these things that collectively happened along our journey of trying to chase after Apaches are what make it worth it, because if you have the right attitude, you can actually appreciate and recognize the cool and amazing things that you're experiencing.
That's part of the fun of this series, is it's not structured. We have a rough plan of what we want to do when we get there. Kind of like on this one where we couldn't find the Apache trout that we were hoping for in the upper sections. It's like, well, we'll just catch smallmouth. Like, that's great with me. That's the beauty of the 50-state pursuit, is to show like, hey, maybe there's no fish in the stream, but you can work with your spouse to go catch a bunch of crawfish. And I think that might have been our favorite part of this entire trip, is just going and catching crawfish and doing that together. We were just dying laughing every time we caught one.
It actually goes along with something that my mom said to me the other day that stuck with me, which was, your lives are lives full of God's wonder all around you that is speaking to you constantly. And it rings so true, not only for our life, but just God's creation. It's full. His wonder and His creation is speaking to us constantly and displaying who He is and His love and His thoughtfulness that He put into every paint stroke. I know I say that a lot, but in every paint stroke that He creates in nature, it was created for you. It was created for you to appreciate, for you to be in awe of. That thing that you think is miraculous, that thing that you think is cool and special, He created it specifically so that you will think of Him.
The state of thinking about yourself is the state of misery. And when you connect those two dots, you realize, man, that's pretty true. Just the human state, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. When you start to apply that to your own life and you think about the state that you're in, it is a miserable state. It really is. And without grace and without God, that miserable state exists, and it exists eternally. The remedy to that is to begin to not think about yourself, is to love one another, and to love your neighbor, and to love God. When you start focusing your attention on the needs and the wants and how to help the people around you and how to serve your wife and how to serve your kids and how to serve God, you start to shift that focus from how miserable you might actually be to how can I help people. When you make that shift, all of a sudden you find yourself in this place of joy and this place of unselfishness that leads to real satisfaction within your life. It creates meaningful connections. And that's the way God has designed us to be. If we're not connecting to one another, then you're not going to feel fulfilled. And ultimately, if you're not connecting in a deep and meaningful relationship with Jesus, that you're focused solely on Him and not your own self, or you've picked up your own cross and you followed Him, it's the pursuit of Christ that brings that same joy, that same satisfaction. Well, today we were unsuccessful in finding Apache Trout.
I didn't even get it.
We found some mac and cheese, baby. It's all over your face. That's not
Don't
safe.
worry, I have a paper towel.
Oh, good. Good, good.